Hi, this is Laurece West from LaureceWestStudios.com. I'm a voice and performance coach. I offer elite training for professional singing and speaking. And today we're continuing our series on how to release limiting beliefs, doubt, fear, worry, and anger. Why? Because these limit us from performing at peak. Today we're going to talk about moving the ego aside. Now this thing that we have, which has really been part of our survival. I have a mentor who says that perhaps it was created when we were cave people, so that we would really be able to defend ourselves and be on alert in case there were saber-toothed tigers or, some other threat to our lives. But what happens is that this part of ourselves can just nosh on these patterns that aren't serving us, these thoughts, this fuzziness, this stuff, that emotional stuff, the fear, the doubt, and even unconsciously there's something that we're not feeling quite in our power or at ease when we're giving presentations. So how do we move this part of ourselves aside? It seems like a very essential part of ourselves. It took me a very long time to figure out how to do this. I struggled with this for 20 years. I would be in performance and I would be like, rah, 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 or, judging myself or just not free. And I think it's really been a combination of the interplay, improv that I've done. I teach it, I'm a co-director of a troupe, and also my spirituality. Those for me were the essential things, and it was really lovely when I realized that my ego was not present in performance, that I was just a clear channel, really present with my audience, and none of this stuff was going on in the background for me. Two things going on at once. And of course that frees up my brain to be much more creative, to respond to what's going on, whether I'm speaking or I'm singing. And I want that freedom for you too. And I want to shorten that. Now, there's ways to do this even if you're not spiritual. And with all of my clients, I do a little bit of improv before every session so that they get some of this freedom and it becomes natural to them. That was how it worked for me, but I've got some techniques that also really work. So let's say my mind is just bothered by something. I will ask to move my ego aside. Now, I ask for higher energy to move my ego aside. What I say to someone who's beginning this, it's like a muscle. So you move it aside and it sort of pops back in, like the fear, the doubt, the worry, whatever's going on. The circles that the brain is going in. Move it aside, it'll stay aside for a while and you feel really free, and then it'll pop back in. It's really something that needs to be practiced. If you are not spiritual, you can ask something greater than you. It could be nature, it could be a personality that that you love, someone famous, sort of the spirit of that. Or if you're giving a talk, some great person that you admire who speaks, or an actor. If you're a singer, somebody you really dig as a singer, okay, I want that energy, that spirit and that energy of those great performances to come through me. So I think it's the intention to set the ego aside that is very helpful. Other techniques is you can think of all this stuff as like a big backpack you're carrying, and literally see yourself taking it off and throwing it down. You can take it off and throw it down to the earth. You can take it off and throw it down to a higher energy. Another technique is to bow your head down figuratively in your mind and let something cleanse your head. So it could be figuratively putting your head down on the earth. You could literally put your head down on the earth, and there is that grounding effect. I often will have higher energy run, God or Jesus or other positive spiritual energy. I follow Mira Baba. Also, I'll say, please, I'll put my head down figuratively. I'll say, please run your tows through my brain. I don't want to be thinking this stuff anymore, or I just need a release. And what I find from practicing this a lot is that I have a very quiet mind. I can be very present with clients, but I do say, please move my ego aside for this, have this energy come through, have positive energy come through. When I move my ego aside, magic actually happens, because I'm not even unconsciously controlling something, and I will intuitively have a thought or communicate something that is brilliant. Like, it really connects with the person, and there's no way that I could have thought of it. So I've just seen over and over magic just happen. And then also just being really present creates a whole different energy in performances and presentations. So I encourage you to play with these things and let me know your experiences. I'd love to hear from you. And until next time, sing and speak with your heart. Take good care.